I don't forgive quickly. Some things I haven't forgiven. Some things I don't know if I ever forgive. Hey sis, I want to control the hate I have for my older sister. We need to stop senselessly gatekeeping when it doesn't make sense to gatekeep, where I have the ability to ensure she has nothing to her name. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come to the front. I'm talking about you.
My baby looking too good, yeah, she perfect. No, she worth it. When she pull up, all them man, them flirting. And yeah, she know that she a dime. Call up on my line. Told her, baby, bring it one time. Yeah. Girl, sit down and bring.
Yo, what's really good though? It's your girl Yezzir. You are listening or watching to another banging episode of Hey Sis. How's it been going, man? I know it's been a cold, unless you are one of the lucky ones living in a very warm and hot place. It has been freezing in London, and I want to know if you've got any tips and tricks on how to keep warm. Please drop them in the comment section because I have been trying to keep warm. Scarves around the neck. If you don't know, if you're wondering why you catch the flu every other week, it's your neck. You probably got your neck out, your chest out. Once you cover those areas, as in this region up, you'll be fine. That's what works for me. But my hands and feet are cold. And mind you, I'm driving everywhere unless I have to go and catch the trains. But if I get started on the trains, there is nothing worse than a letdown from public transport when the weather is cold. It's too cold for lines to be discontinued, park closure, the stations closed, signal failure. It's too cold for that. I'm going to need all the trains to work like clockwork immediately. Okay? If you are listening in and it's your first time, I want to say welcome to the sisterhood, man. You are officially part of the family. I know you're thinking, hold on, I just got here. Yes, you're part of the family. So my Spotify crew, if you don't know, on Spotify, we'll be dropping 2 episodes per week. You got 1 visual episode. If you want to go ahead and see what's going on, you can go to the YouTube channel, which is Yezzir Official, to watch the visual episodes of myself with a guest and all the rest. If you're more like, the girlie that's sneaking in an episode at her desk at work, I see you. Or you want to listen while you're at the gym or just walking about, then Spotify is the place you need to be. And yes, we are exclusively only on Spotify. If you see these episodes anywhere else, please let us know because it's a fake. If you want the authentic sounds coming out every week, twice a week, get yourself down to Spotify, Hey Sis UK. All the links can be found down below in the description box. If you do chime into the episodes and you're like, you know what, I'd like something a bit deeper, a little bit more information on what's going on as a lady, a woman, a young girl, then you need to see my telenovela released every week. It's called Hey, I'm the Big Sis You Never Had. It's out on Spotify as well. You have to be part of an exclusive membership for that one to really know what's going on. And it's helpful, man. I want to say shout out to you guys. We launched a new series, which is street interviews. We said to ourselves, you know what? We're in the studio, we're talking up the things from a woman's perspective, but let's get out here on these streets and more importantly, tap into the mind of a man. You guys came through. My Hey Sis fam, we dropped an episode of our first street interview on the page, which is Hey Sis _UK. And you guys have been going crazy in the comment section. You have been giving everything your 2 cents, your 2 pence, and all of the above. And I don't know, man. I'm just like, wow. You never know what you're gonna expect. We talk about it together. We think, okay, we feel like people will appreciate and engage with stuff. But guys, yeah, love you guys because you come through and you don't hold back. Keep sharing it. If you haven't seen it, it's on our Instagram page. It's a post where we are in the street and you've been suggesting, guys, you've been suggesting where we should go. People have said, off the top of my head, you've said Stratford, you've said, someone said Croydon, but then they also said, I'm worried about you guys so you don't get robbed. So, okay, Croydon's on the back burner. Another person said, some places, Shoreditch. Someone said another place, Clapham South. It was very specific, Clapham South. So we will try to get around to hitting up all the hotspots that you think we should go to in London. And then we'll go into Liverpool, Manchester, all the major cities. And then we just go and take it international. You never know. So shout out to you guys. Make sure you're following all the pages. Make sure you're subscribing on YouTube. I did announce it in the last episode, but guys, it was about time we had our own safe space, a place where you can just be yourself unapologetically. You can get in on the events, giveaways, the latest news. We're going to have experts on when it comes to psychologists, dating therapists, people that are into careers and stuff like that for women, specifically navigating and helping us to be the best versions of ourselves. But we thought to ourselves, it can't be split across all these platforms. No. So we've officially got HeySisUK.co.uk. The link is below. The website will actually be launching 2025. Early 2025, keep your eyes peeled for that. As of now, you need to sign up because at some point we will have to limit things because you want to make sure that the people that are there for the best intentions. If you didn't know, HASIS came about with making sure that we shine a light specifically on the Black British experience and more specifically on Black women. You know, champion ourselves, talking about the things that we go through. So we do have sisters that aren't necessarily Black, but will also relate to us when it comes to the experience that we have as women. And we love that and we welcome it. So if you're all for that, HeySisUK.co.uk, it's going to be a fun 2025. I'm actually laughing to myself because when it comes to these dilemmas, and yes, it's a dilemma episode that we're doing today, I never know what I'm gonna get. I never know. Like I tell you, I don't read them. I don't read all of them. Sometimes I don't read it all to the end because I just want it to be fresh when I get on the mic. So the only way I'm gonna do that is to be accompanied by the best thing I know, which is a Hey Sis mug. I know that's right. And you would have noticed it that we've made it a lot easier being able to access it because some of you have DM'd the page. Where do I get a Hey Sis mug? Where? Link is below. You're going to see it tagged throughout the video. And it's the only thing that makes sense to sip on while you're listening to an episode. So let me go and take a sip because I'm not trying to have a dry mouth on the mic. No. Spotify crew, if you can't see me, I'm taking a sip out of the best mug I know. No cap. And don't think I haven't noticed as well. It's not only just sisters, brothers, you're sending in your dilemmas. And I want to say, I want to appreciate and it shows maturity because if you're going to get advice from someone and you're getting advice from a woman or when we have guests onto the show, it's good to know that you're willing to do that because some people would say, oh, you know what? I don't need any advice. I don't need any help. And then you stay in a very ignorant place. So shout out to you. If I haven't said it before, shout out to everybody that sends in their dilemma because it's very humble of you to do so. And I do hope that we are of some help. So, yeah. So, let's get into this one right now. Hey, sis, I want to control the hate I have for my older sister. We were raised with a privileged upbringing. When my father passed, I thought I would become head of the family, but he lied and only left me a house that I already live in. I was shocked to find out my elderly mother had been made to be in charge of the family. My sister says I'm not ready to manage any of the businesses, and my own mother foolishly follows her lead. I blame old age for how she trusts my sister. I was known to enjoy the nightlife in our city as a young man, and when my father fell ill, I did turn to drink to cope. But now at 41 and sober for the past 3 years, I have matured. My sister doesn't even allow me to be a manager in the family business, but instead only offers me low level employee positions in our family car dealership. I have since found a job elsewhere that pays me more than what she was offering, but now I don't trust myself around my sister. In our family gatherings, I'm treated like a child. I love our mother, but my sister is pushing me to a point where I have the ability to ensure she has nothing to her name. She truly underestimates my influence in the family. If that is the only way to prove I am a man, I'm ready to make that move unless you have a better idea. Whoa, whoa. Um, I just, I understand it's a dilemma, but I don't know, brother. I don't know what it is you're actually asking for right now because your father has made his last will and testament. You know, he has said, I would want your mum to manage the family, whether she's elderly or not. I don't know why that is a shock for you, if that's on a kind of gender basis, or maybe there's something about your mum's capacity that you haven't spoken on yet. But if a husband passes away and decides that his wife will manage the estate of the family, I don't know why that's an issue. I understand that you went into the fact of saying that, oh, technically your sister's running things by the looks of things because your mum's elderly, as you put it. But I I don't think it's a good idea to force yourself into something you haven't been trusted to manage. When it came to your dad, when it came to your mother, and your sister confirming that. I'm so happy that you went and found your own job. You're able to make an income for yourself and make a living for yourself. Well, what is your plan about, oh, I'm going to make sure my sister has nothing to her name. She underestimates me. You said that you were a party boy for at some point in your life. You're a grown man, you're 41 years old. I want to say congratulations on your sobriety as well. It's not easy to not only face your demons, but by the sounds of it, you've triumphed on top of that, being sober. So that's a big congratulations to you. And I'm really proud of you. We all are at Hey Sis. I think that if you go out of your way to prove something to your sister, that will deter your focus on staying sober. As much as I do congratulate you, 3 years is still early doors for an addiction of that level. The best thing you can do now is focus on yourself, my brother. Focus on staying sober. Focus on paving a way for yourself. Anything that is owed to you will be there for you, waiting for you. You will not have to struggle for it. I do believe that women are very analytical. Women observe changes. Your mum and your sister, I'm sure, have been looking at you, especially this 3 year period in your life, and they're going to continue to look at you. I believe there will come a time where they go, ah, we would like you to take on more of the family responsibilities and manage a few things. What's unfortunate, but what is very black and white in this world, is that your reputation will precede you. If you have a reputation of doing XYZ, people will label you XYZ. The party boy lifestyle that you had, I don't know how long you had it for. That's probably the last impression, the long lasting impression, and the last one that your sister and your mother have of you. You can't blame them. I'm going to talk to you like a sister because you sent this in considering me to be a sister to you. You've not presented yourself in a way where you're responsible and someone can lean on you. That is what they're going off. That is why you've not been given any major responsibilities. That's why you've not been left to manage anything. That is why your sister even tried to say, okay, you know what? Start from this position, make your way up. Because I'm sure that's what the intentions were. And you've left, which indicates that you're not willing to prove yourself to them. The worst thing you can do now is try to sabotage, because whatever hurt you're trying to inflict on your sister by saying, I'm going to make sure she has nothing to her name, it will hurt her, it will hurt your mum, and it's a disrespect to your dad. You have to respect the decisions that have been made. In this world, we meet a lot of people do wrong by us. If we start to have time to hate everybody that has done wrong by us, or find time to hate and consume ourselves with that hateful feeling and spirit within us, my brother, you will devour yourself before you've even given yourself a chance at life. 41. I don't know if you've got a partner. I don't know if you have kids. I don't know what you've made for yourself other than what you've mentioned, which is getting a job. I'm sure if you had those things, you probably would have mentioned it. And if you don't have those things, I suggest you focus on your life and building something. As much as it is easy for you to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to war with my sister. If you're going to war with your sister, because that's what you're low key declaring you're willing to go to war with your sister. If you go to war with her, make sure you're happy with the fact that you're also going to war with your mum. And if you have any love for your mum, I suggest you put down any type of plans you have, any so called influence you think you have in the family, and forget about it. And if you are planning and you've got a family that's got that much money going around, your sister's going to catch wind of what you're doing. And then you're going to make sure that you put yourself at an even further proximity than you are right now. You think you're not managing businesses right now? You're at family gatherings. What if it gets worse? For every action that you do, whether you think you're guaranteed to win or not, before you go into the action, think to yourself, okay, when I do this, what's the worst case scenario? And then you have to go ahead and ask yourself, are you willing to take that risk? Even the fact that you're plotting and contemplating and scheming against your own sister, which is going to have a domino effect of affecting your mum, if they were to find out about that, yo, I see you watching. Don't go and hide. Come to the front. I'm talking about you. I see you watching. You're keying, you're taking in things, you're even sharing it. But you haven't liked, you haven't dropped a comment, and I know you haven't subscribed. And subscribing is free, can you imagine? Go ahead and do that now if you want to see us grow. In the meantime, I'm a patient woman, so I'm going to go ahead and drink out of my mug while you do that. Yeah, that's enough time. Let's get back to the episode. If they were to find out about that, that can really tarnish a relationship. Are you willing to do that? Or is it better to just work on the relationship you have? You've already lost your dad. And my condolences to you, my brother, but you've lost your father already. What is left of your family? You're trying to pit yourself against your sister and mum. That's all you have left of your immediate family. Don't gamble with that. For what? From what I can see. For what? Worldly goods. For people to idolize you. So people think you're managing things and you're leading things and your dad's allowing you to have control of the estate. It's not worth it. You turned to drink for the loss of your dad. You don't want to go and take yourself and fall off the rails because you might have lost your mum in the mix of things, who is elderly, you mentioned, or you've lost your sister in some way, form, or fashion. I'm worried for you, my brother. I'm worried because you are coming from a place writing that from a lot of hate is in your heart, and you need to focus on healing. And the only way you're going to heal is if you stop focusing on what you haven't been given and the things that you wanted that you don't have. Focus on what you have and just build on that. I promise you, if you focus on what you have, you got your own job, build on that. Work up the ranks wherever you're working. Have accomplishments that you can be proud of. Create your own type of merit for yourself where if I've put in X amount, I'm surely going to get this back. That's the best thing you can do. What I do want to tap in though, and my Hey Sis fam, I want to talk to you about this as well, because some people might be experiencing this. Sometimes sibling rivalry comes from a place of how you were formed and fashioned and the environment you have in a family structure. Sometimes it can feel weird where you feel like, oh, I have a sibling, but we're not really siblings. As in, I don't see her as a brother or see him as a brother. I don't see her as a sister. And you have some type of jealousy. If you are jealous of your own siblings, you need to look within yourself and see where you're lacking. And wherever you're lacking in life, build up on being the best version of yourself. Because when you're the best version of yourself, you're not looking left or right to see, okay, who surpassed me in life or this game of chess that we call life. And on social media, how's life looking or people comparing me to my sibling. Focus on you so you don't even have the time to be jealous. You know, jealousy, yeah, it requires time. When you're jealous of someone or something or the things that someone has, you've dedicated time to looking at them. Because how can you be jealous of somebody you don't know what they're doing? You've gone on social media, you stalked their page. You're talking to someone that knows someone that knows someone, and you've asked about them. You're investing time into finding out about someone that doesn't even make you happy. And you're not happy because every time you see them, you're jealous. You're jealous because you see something you don't have. And instead of you to look at that person as a constant reminder of why you're sad because you don't have what they have, why is it you can't be allies with someone that you admire? Have you ever questioned the fact that your jealousy is coming from a place of admiration? Instead of seeing it as admiration, I admire this person for having the things that I too want one day, you just automatically put in a category of jealousy. And that's why you're not getting where you want to go. Because if someone has something that I like, I'm not going to be jealous of them. I'm going to say, yo, how did you get what you have? Have you got any tips and tricks to share? Would you be open to, talking about it? Because I'd love to just pick your brain for half an hour. If so, I'll take you out for lunch. No, we live in a world where people rather be consumed, not go anywhere, be jealous, and then definitely on top of that, not want to attribute to someone else being where they want to be, their success. We need to get out there our bag when it comes to that. A new year is coming up. 2025 is round the corner. We're talking about a matter of weeks. And everyone has this thing buzzing around. Oh, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve. What's your New Year's resolution? And what I want to tell the brother that sent the dilemma in, and what I want to tell the listeners as well. My Hey Sis crew on Spotify, my Hey Sis crew on YouTube if you're listening. Instead of saying, oh, for New Year's, I want to stop eating this thing, or, I want to do dry January, no alcohol. That's all cute. But that's also superficial. It's surface level. And if we're really going to get into the layers of things and, okay, how do I equip myself to absolutely do so well on so many levels? You know what? I'm going to say annihilate 2025 and just win. Just win, 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 win well. Now we're gonna take some L's, and when I say L's, I don't mean losses, I mean lessons. But when we're talking about W's throughout 2025, I want you to be shameless when it comes to your progression. And I'm going to use shameless purposefully because people have all these negative connotations when it comes to being shameless. Oh, shame is such a bad thing. No, 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 no. There's reasons why you need to have shame. Don't do that. Don't ever doubt having a little bit of shame to make sure you don't do some foolishness. But when I say shameless in your progression, is that instead of you seeing someone doing well and going, oh, you know what, I can't be asked to help them win or whatever, da 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 da. Tap into yourself and ask yourself why. Instead of you to be jealous from someone, ask yourself, hold on, am I really jealous? Or if I take a few minutes out of my day and really look at this situation, is it jealousy or do I just admire what they're doing? And I wish I could do the same thing. And when you realize what it is that you actually want to do, go ahead and do it. If you see someone playing the guitar really well and you say to yourself, oh my God, they look so neaky, who cares? Go and take up some guitar lessons because you probably want to play guitar, but you're too jealous. And you're so clouded by hate that you label it as them lacking instead of saying, what is it that I need to do? When it comes to us as women, I go to a lot of networking events. I go to a lot of brunches, lunches. I get invited to things. The majority of the time in the room are men. And what I've noticed about men, they don't even need labels like brotherhood and family and y- these terms of endearment to just respect one another and work with one another. One man can go up to another man and say, yo, I love what you do, love to be a part of it, or I love what you do. How do I support you? Even if it's of no benefit for myself. What happens with women sometimes is that, first off, we don't know where to go when it comes to meeting women that are like-minded. That's another thing that I wanted to implement with HeySisUK.co.uk, creating those spaces for us. So most of the time we're at home becoming homebodies, and we can say it's because of lockdown and all these things, but it's because we have a hard time with having a consistent sense of life. You got to go out and keep meeting people and not be afraid. Sometimes women are apprehensive of approaching other women because past experience. Some women can be rude because when we see each other, we automatically think we're one another's competition. No. Let's be open about the fact of, oh, I got this really good deal. This is how much I'm getting paid. And the reason why I'm telling you this, sis, is because I want to make sure you get nothing less than me and if not more, so we can keep growing. Hey, I went to this person to get this done. Go ahead, you're open to. We need to stop senselessly gatekeeping when it doesn't make sense to gatekeep so we can actually be stronger. Right now in this dilemma, this guy's contemplating taking down his own sister. My God. Yeah, we get the odd dating dilemma and things like that, and it's a bit light-hearted, but my God, have we really got to the point of hatefulness in our society where we are actually contemplating going against our own sibling. And I'm not saying, oh, because it's blood, or if someone's not blood, and we should give them a pass. Whether she was your sibling, as in sister, cousin, family, friend, we've all experienced that feeling of hate. But the best thing we can do for our own growth is to let it go as soon as we can. And a lot of people say, oh, to heal, it takes time. And with that said, not only does it take time, but to heal, it takes effort. You got to make the effort to heal. It's not about, oh, yeah, it's been 6 months, leave me be. It's been a year, it's been 2 weeks. No. Yes, time is a healer, but with everything in life, you have to make the effort. My brother, after I've said this, I'm not saying you're going to stop hating your sister tomorrow, but make the effort of letting go and moving on. Make small efforts every day so you can get where you need to go. I'll be honest with you, hey sis fam. I'm a bit taken aback with that dilemma and saddened, if I can be honest with you, because, and I'll be open, I've experienced hate. I've had a feeling of hate in my heart, and I've harbored hate for a long time. I'll be honest with you, but until I was able to let go, I'm not saying I'm forgiving left, right, and center. I'm a human. Yeah, I don't forgive quickly. Some things I haven't forgiven. Some things I don't know if I ever forgive. But one thing I had to do was to let go of hate so it can stop blurring my vision. Because hate turns into other things. You start knocking on the door of paranoia. You start knocking on the door of self doubt. And before you know it, you are just walking as a shell of yourself. I implore you, my people, let go of hate. We're entering into a new year. Let's just focus on ourselves. Let's focus on healing and growth. With that said, man, I want to make sure that please subscribe and costs you nothing. Okay? Subscribe to the YouTube channel so we can keep growing. We have become a level of YouTube partnership. Okay, now let me go ahead and dust my shoulder off. And with that level of YouTube partnership, it means that you can give us a super thanks to encourage us if you like what we do, to support the team, to support everything that's going on, especially for the new plans in 2025. And just over there, I'm hoping I'm pointing in the right direction. You can give us a super thanks if you were really vibing with this episode. Make sure you do sign up to the newsletter, to the giveaways, to the events, to the exclusive content that will be found in one place and one place only come 2025. That's TheHeySisUK.co.uk. You got to let it roll off the tongue with that one. The 10 novella is over on Spotify. Hey, I'm the big sis you never had. We are there on Instagram every single day we're posting. We're talking reels, we're talking posts, we're talking stories. And that's probably the quickest way to get in touch with us, which is HeySis_UK. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. You've been listening to or watching another banging episode of Hey Sis. Stay blessed. Bye.
Relax, girl, let me put it on you, no time for chit chat. Because she move like a queen, and I like what I see, and I wanna get more of that.
I undress and he blows success. Lay down as you decompress. Come mine and forget the stress. Got the 9 to 5 cause he tryna change his life. He can't help it but to show his bad side. So you call me Yezzi when he want that good ride. Follow my stride, you know you want a good time. Pick any card, I know it won't decline. He know how to please me, never tease me. Keep me in Givenchy.